Now I gotta ride or die.
By the title, we are today taking the E36 because I had an MOT test on it. It failed, unfortunately. We'll say that at the start of the video because the car needs a little bit of work. I was expecting this when we actually bought this thing. I didn't think it was going to fly through an MOT whatsoever, so do not get me wrong. I knew this video was coming. I knew that we were going to have to go down the route of doing a few bits to this while it was in my possession to get a clean bill of health and a 12-month MOT on this thing before she goes for sale. Now, if anybody is actually interested in this thing, it will be up for sale when this video goes live. So if you are interested and it is still for sale, I will post it up on Instagram and the various other bits. But we do have a low loader, because of course the car has no MOT on it. Look at it for a low loader, what a lad. And yes, that's what it will be going on today, because of course I don't want to drive this thing. I do not want to drive this to the garage to do the MOT work. So we will be taking it on the back of that fancy Transit down there, very nice bit of kit, and it will be going to the garage to actually get the last little bits of the MOT done. Now, if you're up for reg checking it, you'll probably already know, but I will go through the MOT bits once we have them done. But firstly, let's get it on the van or truck or really cool truck thing, Ford Transit. Yeah, I'm gonna pull the Transit just in there. I'm gonna start this up. It should start lovely because there is a new battery in. So I've actually got this trim as well. A few people were asking for me to buy their trims. I already have this trim from a friend. The inside smells like an E36 still, which is a good shout. Right, I've got no keys. Right, we're back with the keys.
Eventually.
Right, I'm back with a key. Oh, there's an MPS there. I think there's an MPS. Yes, MPS. That's a hell of a car. Anyway, sorry about this. Maybe we'll get there one day when we trade up and we're able to actually get one of them. That would be cool. We have a towing eye, thank God for that, because apparently, thanks to the JW crew and Jimmy and all that, we actually have 0 petrol in it as well. Sorry, mate. Because, I mean, why would I not buy something and put petrol in it, have it starting when the tow truck arrives? Interior's looking okay though. Did quite a good job on there. Doesn't stink. Well, it still like an E36, but they all stink like that. But yes, we're going to tow it on because it's safer. I think that's what's going on. It's safer. I'll have to jump back on as well because just in case, you never know. It might just decide to die for no reason. Who knows? Mate, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm just here to make the numbers up these days. I'm convinced. Actually, the first shot we've ever had as well with the BMW and the Series 1 together. So that's a really nice shot. I mean, 80s and 90s at their best? I don't think so. That's definitely the 80s at their best. Not sure if this is the 90s at their best. This is a good car though, don't get me wrong. I give this car a bad time because I haven't actually touched it all week, if I'm honest. Since the last video, I haven't actually done anything to it. I parked it literally over here and that's as far as we've got. So I'm actually making this pretty much when you see it. So yeah. MOT wise, there's only a few things really that we actually need to do and then we should be golden. And yeah, I gave this thing a bad time because it left a bit of a salty taste in my mouth when I started looking into prices and stuff. The prices are actually hilarious on these at the moment and they are just going up. So I didn't want to put loads of money into it, but also I know when we go down the line in years to come, I'll look back on these videos and think, damn, they're worth absolutely loads of money now, especially non-sunroof manual low mileage, well, good mileage low owner car will be worth some money at some point. But for this series, I can't keep them all. I can keep this, always keep this, lovely, but cars like this we need to do a bit more with. Anyway, let's get her on the van or truck. I'll stop complaining and we'll get it to the garage. And off into the sun the BMW E36 goes. And we will see this in the not so distant future because of course I will document what is going to happen with the car when it gets to the garage.
The next day.
Oh, hi. Now, we're back. As you saw in this video, I sent the car off to get the MOT repairs done, but I didn't actually go through what was wrong. So probably should do that. So it's actually the next day and I'm about to pick the car up, but wanted to end this video with the refusal of MOT certificate, because of course the car has failed, making it very blunt here what's going on with the car, because the car is going up for sale and stuff, and what I've done and what I'm not going to do with it in my possession, mainly because I don't want to bore you guys and financially go into a car for the channel. We want to sort of move on and get into something else. Anyway, MOT certificate is 2 pages. You know when they give you 2 pages and you're like, mate, that is quite a list. But it's not, which is quite nice. So, repair immediately. Obviously it failed. Major defects. Now the first one is windscreen washer provides insufficient washer fluid. What we've actually done is just put a pin prick needle down the washer jet, and it works fine. Stop lamp's not working on the rear side. I put a new light in the back, as you guys saw. There was a smashed one, put a new one on. And the ones that I've bought, obviously one of them isn't working, so that's fine. Battery insecure. Didn't actually notice, but basically the bottom bracket bit isn't properly, it just, I think it's been cross-threaded at some point. It doesn't properly clamp the battery down. So we've put new ones on, you'll see in the next video. Brake hose, distorted offside front, which again, we've just put a brake pipe on. So they're the major defects. That's why it hasn't passed its MOT. Minor defects, registration lamp and hazard warning light switch. The warning light switch, as you press it down, it slowly comes back up. So I've cleaned that, so that's good. And it, well, by the looks of it, we put a number plate bulb in it, so that should be all right. Now, the last bits, which is the bits I'm not going to do, I'm going to say that right now on camera, I'm not doing these bits, mainly because this is where the price will double. It will go into, you know, a £2.5 car if I do any of this and then paint it, which is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that to the next owner, mainly because this is easy stuff, but financially for the channel, it's not worth me doing these bits. And I don't want to bore you guys with doing stuff for an MOT that doesn't need to be done this year. But of course, the new owner will be very up to date with repair if necessary bits. As you can see, repair if necessary. So I will go through those bits. Of course, if you've done a reg check, you will know full well what's going on with this car. Plain steering rack, inner joint both sides, nail in the front tyre, needs a new registration plate basically. Non-obligatory stop lamp not working. So of course, I think there's a crossover here if I remember correctly, get in the comments below, but basically that's one of those things you might not need. Brake pipe corroded, exhaust slight corrosion, centre rear exhaust slight corrosion, brake disc worn, brake hose worn, tyre slightly damaged, shock absorber reduced dampening. So those bits there, what looks like a massive advisories list isn't necessarily that bad, though. I want to stop now and make sure we are financially in the right place for this car, because I'm being very blunt with you guys. I don't want to spend loads of money on this car. If anything, I want to sort of get out of it and move on. So the next video will be me picking it up or it coming back here. All of these repair major defects done for the MOT, so it'll have 12 months MOT, but it won't be a full bill of health. There will be other bits that the next owner can do, but financially I'm not going to ask loads of money for it. So that's where I sort of am. Yes, you can get in the comments and tell me that I should have done the lot. I'd want more money for the car. So if we're playing this game where we're trying to get into a car, do bits to it and move it on, not necessarily for a mad profit, but just for content and understanding the car trade and all this sort of stuff, these are the bits I'm willing to do, and then point out, of course, to the next owner that these bits need doing. But if I'm honest, you're a couple £100 in and you'd be golden. A bit of paint here and there. Say that car's £500 away from being, in my opinion, on an eBay, they're like £3 grand, £3.5 grand for quite a nice one. Go on eBay right now and try and find a coupe, manual, good mileage, good owner, non-sunroof, any engine size. They are like £3-4 grand at the moment. So me asking, I want £1,700 for the car as is, I don't think it's too bad. But again, fight that out in the comments, it's up to you guys. But we'll leave that video there. I'm going to get all these bits done, or at least the major bits done, and the next owner can deal with the other little bits and bobs. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did like this video style of content, let me know in the comments below. We'll see you on the next one when we go and pick it up. Right, let's go and pick it up.